Hello everybody, it is race night again. Welcome to round 3 of the 2022.2 simGP series. Tonight it is only me in the booth. I will be your host, Mr. Sas from Westhuizen. I see my name is missing on my overlay for some reason. But for those of you who already know me, welcome. Looking forward to some good racing tonight. There's some exciting stuff that's waiting for us with Monza, I think. And these Formula 1 cars are absolutely mad with what they can do. I sincerely need to apologize if my microphone volumes are a little here and there. I'm driving some interesting new things here tonight, so hopefully things will be fine. Right, I'm just trying to quickly figure out. Let me mute that music. So, Monza. Let's quickly work through what is happening tonight. As always, classic circuit, the Temple of Speed. Only like a handful of corners here. The first chicane, Prima Variante. These names are not what I remember, but this is the one. Loads of high-speed sections. The two Lesmo corners, quite high-speed corners, but probably some of your slower corners throughout the lap. And Variante Ascari, great chicane there as well. And then of course Curva Parabolica. Also one of those really tough corners to get right, because you've got that long main straight to try and maximize your exit speed. In terms of the weather tonight, it is a nice coolish 24 to 28 degrees, heavy clouds, and as we've said, unfortunately AC does not simulate rain for us, but I suspect that weather was a little bit rainy when Ryan had set up the levels here. Ooh, this is very loud. Let me just crank down the car volume ever so slightly. Road temp 21 to 25 degrees Celsius. Our ambient temp is set at 26 degrees with 2 degrees of variation there. A 10 to 12 kilometer northwestern wind. Ooh, I can't remember where exactly, like what the wind directions are here. Grip transfer is going to be the interesting thing. Very little grip is, well, 80% of the accumulated grip is transferred, and it takes it 300 laps to gain extra grip. So kind of a green track. Rain has maybe washed away everything. Not quite sure what 100% what the situation is. As we see, we bump to overtime there in the background. So let me get back to the mainstream so long. All right, mainstream, and we have to do this as well. So, getting the timing board up there. Everybody's going to be getting ready now. We're just waiting for the next session to start. I'm not 100% sure when that will be. Actually, let me go to a very quick ad break. I'll be back as soon as everybody is up and running. Alrighty, seems we're back. The cars are out and running. Engines are screaming. Some of the first cars are out. I forgot to run my little camera app so that I can keep track of who is selected. Currently on board with Clive Hofart from one of the B team drivers. and what is really a fantastic looking livery, in my opinion. Other really nice liveries out there as well. One that comes to mind is the one done by Div1, and I think the De Villiers racing car is also one that I quite like. I do see it slightly dark on track. If it becomes a bit of a problem, I might be adjusting things a little bit brighter in a moment. But for now, I'm gonna stick with it and see if it's fine. So Raymond Duggan looks like he's one of the first to start a hot lap there. Let's just see if I can quickly stop my camera from switching drivers unnecessarily. Yes, so Lawrence Sterner, he is running, currently showing 8 seconds up on his delta. Everybody has 15 minutes to go and set a valid lap, so 15 minutes is not really a lot of time. Rules of engagement for tonight. Unlike F1, there is a pit window, so drivers are going to be required to go pit 10 minutes into the race. Well, anywhere from 10 minutes into the race up to 10 minutes before the race ends. Lawrence Sterner just slowing down a little bit too much there for, I think that was one of the De Villiers cars behind him. Not quite able to keep it together there. But, as is always the case with qualifying, you are not to drive into someone that is on a hot lap in front of you. So, maybe just being caught out a little there, sitting in the tow and not quite as fast as they expected. Okay, and we see the first times popping up. So Hein van Niekerk finishes a lap. Emile De Villiers finishes a lap there and gets provisional pole for a 1:21.1. Dirk Brandt does a lap. He's happy with it. Ryan de Azevedo, he is going to be starting a lap right now. So let's stay on board with him a little. I'm actually going to do this. No, that's... Let's... Round the Curve Grande up to the second chicane. At the board, brake hard, keep it in, slow, careful on the throttle. These cars have a lot of torque. Just not quite hitting the apex there, but again, 50 meter mark, hit your brake point, foot down, and whoever that is, just pulling over nicely to let them finish, well, to not impede them. This is the Ascari chicane, really tough one in any car that you can run. These F1 cars are a little more able in my opinion, but they still need to be driven very, very carefully. At the 50 meter board, slow down, pick up the throttle and try to bring it home. Ryan pops up into 5th position with a 1:22. Well done to him. Right, I'm bumping to Sean Beveye, who's just finishing his lap. He does a 1:26.8. These F1 cars, as I've said in the previous rounds, they are such a handful to wrangle. I take my hat off to anybody that is willing to do this. Sean already improving, but he's got quite a gap there, so I'm gonna see if I can go find someone else. Jeremy De Villiers, he's finishing his first lap. He does a 1:22.09. That puts him on the 2nd row and 3rd position. Ooh, there's a slow car at the chicane, and that was a very deceiving camera angle. So Jeremy managing to hold onto the onto his current lap there. Whoever it was ahead of there, managing to take the escape road and not impede whoever was, well, not impede Jeremy too much. It is interesting to me that Jeremy's delta isn't showing correctly right now, so hopefully that's just a tiny bug. Jeremy losing it there. Right, John Stewart. He is on the main straight now, starting a new lap. I'll follow him for a while to see. Oh no, John outbrakes himself, and that's going to invalidate his lap. Lawrence Sterner bumps himself up into 5th position with a 1:22.16. Ooh, lots of traffic exiting the pits. Lawrence taking the escape road there. Maybe he's just thinking of pulling off. Corné Breed yet to do a proper lap. He is 21 seconds adrift, so I'm assuming that was a warm-up, slow warm-up lap. Well, actually, it sounds like 2 slow warm-up laps. The out lap is one extra warm-up lap to just make sure he's harvesting enough energy and ready to put down the hammer. Onto the back straight. Pulls out of the slipstream for whoever is going slowly there. Hard on the brakes. Corné crossing the finish line with a 1:21.6. Back with Ryan Azevedo. Interesting that my timing is showing such a weird delta. Right, he's immediately slower because he's used up all of his battery. Track will very, very slowly evolve. As I mentioned, 300 laps to improve by 1%. That is a lot of laps, and at the current driver count, I'm counting 16 drivers tonight. That is more than the time is available in qualifying. So this is Jude Stewart. Ooh, I might need to double check Jude and John. So Jude is number 7 and John is number 19. I can keep an eye out for that. Line crossing the finish line, starting a new lap. My delta is still pretty messed up, but back to Jeremy de Villiers now. He's also got one of those weird deltas, so I'm going to be interested to see how he's finishing this lap. Right, 21.926, so he's slightly improves, jumps back to the pits just to go start a new lap. Right, who else? Raymond Duggan. Crossing the finish line for a 1:22.4. Dirk Brandt has just started a lap. He is around about 3 seconds adrift from Emile de Villiers up ahead. So 36 minus 27. Ooh, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I think his predicted lap is a little bit off, but 1:23.7. That livery, that Tron-like livery is looking really good. In the YouTube chat, Buddha, I keep forgetting who that is. Welcome to the stream. I think I saw you posting this message very, very long ago. And any other viewers, thanks for swinging by. I hope this is going to be an enjoyable race. Dirk Brandt, 2.8 seconds drift. I think he improved ever so slightly. Raymond Duggan, one of the drivers that also should have some potential in him. He's just started a lap. Apologies for jumping away from whoever I had just started a lap. I didn't notice that I was switching unnecessarily there. Through the second chicane, on his way to Lesmo. I suspect this might be an outlap though, looking at that time, so let's go see. Jeremy de Villiers has had almost a 10th there, but he's losing. No, he's losing a bit of time there through Ascari. That's gonna be a bit of a bother for him. Mr. Gascoigne, one of our open wheeler fanatics. Let's see what lap time he can achieve when finishing this lap. He does a 1:22.3, that bumps him up into 8th, just ahead of Raymond Duggan. Ooh, I see some smoke at turn 1, not 100% sure who that is. Yassine Manuel coming to finish his lap now, around Parabolica. Across the finish line, he bumps up ahead of Gregory Hofar. Still looking to improve. Track still has not improved yet. As I mentioned, I don't think they're going to be doing close to near enough laps. We might see it edge ever so slightly as the race progresses. I'm expecting, let's say, I think 45 laps for the race. So grip might improve by a little bit, but it's not going to even get anywhere near optimal near the end of the race. Right, Gas crosses the finish line with a 1:22.3. Outbreaks himself there into turn 1. Mr. Ryan de Azevedo out of Lesmo 2 there. And one of the Flying Gypsy liveries. Flying Gypsy is one of our die-hard participants here at SRSA's simGP series. Him and Corne Breed have been giving it their all every season since, well, that I can remember of. Although I don't think Ryan is going to be able to improve quite there. So, who's this? Corne Breed. Maybe, let's see. His best 21.61, 21.63, so not quite there yet. So jump to Raymond Duggan. Someone ahead of him there, not 100% sure who that is. But let's see, Raymond can improve. shortcut that last line. Raymond improves to 6th position. Yassine Manuel, he's going to be last one to finish, and he bumps into 11th. Alrighty. Well, that now means that I'm gonna go for a quick ad break. We'll be back shortly. And we're back. 25 seconds to go. Everybody is just making sure that they've got their setups loaded. Hopefully they remember to click drive on time. Let's see if I can find a better TV camera. Lights are coming on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. Drop the clutch and away they go. P4, Ruben Kruger not getting the start that he was hoping for. That's going to open up the opportunity for Raymond Duggan to go on the inside. Hopefully everybody is reserved enough going into turn 1. Ooh, massive dramas already. Oh no. They had warned everybody, be careful of turn 1. Their grunt coming around a lot more sensibly. Loads of chaos. Hopefully everybody can get back up and running and we can get back to racing. Briet, currently in P8 from P3, attacking Yassine Manuel. Just gonna hop to Emile de Villiers, who's been overtaken by Hein van Niekerk for the lead there. Everybody getting helping of DRS because there isn't, unfortunately, a way to enforce the 1 second rule. Ruben Kruger running slightly wide. The train of cars are going. Let me just double check that I am actually live and I didn't. Number 1, yes, it is quite dark on track. I think that's more maybe because I messed up one of my settings. It was a little bit of a rush. Emile has managed to overtake Hein van Niekerk. Hein is in the slipstream. They're side by side into turn 1. Emile is on the inside. Hein van Niekerk has the lead. Oh, it's going to be a Max and Hamilton situation. Who can get the better drive out of turn 1 there? Emile manages to stick it down, but they're still side by side. Hein can still bring this back if he into this next chicane. It's all about who's going to be braking later. Hein takes the lead slightly hot, parks it on the apex. Emile nudges him on the rear, but keeps it going. Ooh, this is exciting stuff. I want to just very quickly hop to Yassine Manuel. He's right on the back of Corne Briet. Corne managing to land the overtake there, but Yassine trying his best to hold on. Unfortunately, that's not the way it's going to work. Back to Emile and Hein. Onto the back straight they go. And this is where we see how powerful the toe is. Who can get the better drive here out of Parabolica? Hein running a very tight line. Ooh, is he weaving ever so slightly, trying to break the toe? Just as long as you guys don't cause an incident. Hein is on the inside. Emil's going for the later braking. Locks up slightly and he has to take to the runoff. Ooh, that's going to put him at a disadvantage and he loses out against Ruben Krier. Let's see if I can quickly do anything about this. That is Emil running wide out of Ascari. It seems like I'm not able to mess with the brightness settings and it's going to cause a bit of a problem. Oh no, okay, Emil is on his way back, just hopping back to Benjamin Wheeler. He's managed to make his way past Yassine Manuel. Yassine maybe not getting quite the exit that he's hoping for out of Parabolica there and losing out a little. Someone has to take evasive action up ahead. Ruben Krier and Hein van Niekerk almost coming together. Ruben is now not have the exit. Can he stay alongside? No, he can't. Emil trying to close the door and Ruben backing out. But this is now also opening up the opportunity for Ryan de Azevedo, and in the background there, Gas Cohen having a little bit of a moment. And he is now going to be hounding Jude or Jude Stewart. Jude running very defensive inside line. Brakes, slows down way too much and he just allows Gas to get back in front. Maybe there's a little bit of a tap and he was yielding the position. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Back to Jeremy de Villiers. Let's see Emile de Villiers switching places. But Jeremy is right under the wing of Raymond Duggan. Into Parabolica. Focus on a good exit. Oh, so much action up and down the field. Back to Benjamin Wheeler. Side by side with Yassine Manuel into turn one. Benjamin riding on the curb a little bit harshly there, but he does manage to get a good exit. Yassine has to fall back in line. But sitting in the toe, what can happen? In the YouTube chat there, Pieter van Rensburg. Yes, the podium winners at the end of the series will receive acknowledgement in the form of going down in our Hall of Fame. That is on our website, so maybe this is a good moment to quickly punt that. You can head on over to www.simracesa.co.za. Apologies, I forgot to put my phone on silent. And find the Discord information that you need, where you can also find the Hall of Fame. We also give a little bit of flair to the drivers if they have managed to finish in the top 3 at the end of the season. They will be given a little medal next to their name, indicating that they have placed in the top 3. And Ryan de Azevedo managing quite a bit there, it seems. Oh, sorry, no. Hein van Niekerk and Ryan de Azevedo swapping places, it seems. Action up and down the field. I can barely keep track of everything. Sean Viverge. Someone's had a moment. Jude Stewart and Gascoigne. Back to Jeremy de Villiers. Looked like Jeremy was very, very close to Raymond Duggan. Not 100% sure what the setup or situation for everybody is, but window will be opening in 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then we'll start seeing the strategies and the mindsets. Ooh, Jeremy, Corné Breed right on the back of Jeremy now. Corné probably using some of his battery power to try and get alongside, with Jeremy just unable to defend. Hard into the braking zone. Can they keep it clean? Yes, they do. Jeremy falls back in line behind Corné, probably hoping to just try and follow Corné as closely as possible and see what he can do next. Corné is a little bit on a drive back from the start of the race there. He was involved in a little bit of a tangle there. I see Gascoigne and Sean Viverge switching places as well. Someone has spun it. Raymond Duggan has spun it. That's why I said Ascari can be such a tough corner to get right. Okay, gaps are starting to emerge up and down the field. Closest gap at the moment is still Jeremy de Villiers on the back of Corné Breed. Lawrence Sterner losing out a little bit into turn 1 there. Jeremy also losing grip of Corné, it seems. Let's maybe hop to Lawrence Sterner. Going for the... just showing his nose, making Jeremy think twice. No worries. Oh no, Lawrence Sterner goes off. That is so unfortunate. Oh, Peter, that will be great. So next season, you and Joshua will be back at it. Excited to have you back. But like I said, the season isn't over yet. Oh, something I do need to mention: we are taking a little bit of a break this season. In the middle, Dirk Brandt. I'm keeping an eye there. But we're taking a little bit of a break in the middle of the season because we're trying to restructure how we run a series, and we're experimenting a little bit with the structures with the structures available on simRacing our hosting provider. We have decided that we're running only 2 rounds of HLQ for this season. One at the start of the season to just shuffle everybody into place, and then one at the end. Ooh, Dirk goes 2/10 quicker than the scene, so he'll be closing that gap ever so slightly as we go along, I'm assuming. Just gonna hop back to John Stewart and Sean Viverge, also quite close to one another. But as I was saying, we'll be taking a two-week break. Ooh, John managing a good overtake on Sean. Sean almost outbraking himself there, locking up. John struggling to get the power down, but eventually does manage to do so. But during this 2-week break, we're going to be running another round of HLQ. It seems at the moment we don't need HLQ for simGP, so there's no need for us to redo everything. We'll likely set up a little bit of a fun server for the AC server, maybe 1 or 2. Do keep your eyes out if you are keen on joining some of the ad hoc races, because we'll now have Monday nights free. we're looking into hosting a little bit of an ad hoc race. It's very likely going to be somewhat short notice, but it should be in our regular time slot, so do try and keep an eye on things over on our Discord channel. Right, Cornet Briet arriving on the back of Ryan de Azevedo, his teammate. And as far as I know, Flying Gypsies do not do team orders. So they're going to be battling it out soon. Cornet is on a screamer of a charge back there. I'm still 46 minutes left of this race. And he's managed to claw his way back from, I think, 11th into 5th. I do wish I had some statistics available tonight. Unfortunately, I tried running the application I usually use and it just wasn't behaving as I had wanted. Cornet 1 second quicker than Ryan in this last lap, and times like that can always be deceiving in my view, because these cars have battery. It is so difficult to judge just exactly what is going on, because you're not sure who's on what level of charge and how much of their battery they've been draining to try and stay ahead. You just suddenly see an overtake occurring and then realize, oh, okay, they've been managing to stay ahead with their hybrid system. Jude and John swapping places for P13 and 14. Jude and John also part of the Flying Gypsy squad. Father and son combo may... I know John has always said that Jude is just slightly too quick for him. He's just not able to hold on. So I'm not sure if that was a battle for the position. Maybe not. It's looking like Jude is pulling quite a gap now. Back to Cornet. They're still just holding onto the back end. Just gonna hop over to Emile de Villiers. He is just starting a new lap there. Slight bit of smoke coming out of his tires. Lawrence Turner and Cornet Briet switching places there. Cornet falling down the order. What had happened? Trying to find him. He's spitting. He's spitting. So So Cornet feeling like the undercut might be worth it for him. He is stationary for quite a bit of time though. Is he taking extra fuel? Did he underfuel? Is this a 50-50 split race for him? I'm not 100% sure. Hein van Niekerk and Ruben Creer. Switching places, so Hein making his way back past Ruben, looking like he's struggling a little bit there. Oh no, it seems like it's gone from bad to worse. Of course, Cornet must be in the pits to fix damage. He is still stationary. He's been in the pit lane for 1 minute and 10 seconds already, and he's still not going. Sure, Ryan Azevedo is breathing a sigh of relief for that, but it is allowing him to get onto the back of Ruben Creer and go all in attack. Hey. Cornet's still in the pits. He is not having a good time over there. Ruben is really struggling with that car. Lawrence Turner running, I think, slightly wide. Oh no, Cornet! That's so unfortunate. Looked at the pit stop stuff and then spun out, hit the wall, and the entire engine is gone. Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, all you can do now is go cheer for your teammate, Ryan. He is piling a ton of pressure on top of Ryan, who is currently trying to work his way around backmark traffic. Oh no, I really hope that was not due to contact with backmarkers. It did look like he might have gotten on the power a little bit too quickly after Lesmo. Like I said, these cars have a lot of torque. Lawrence Sterner now side by side with Ruben Creer. Ruben, oh, that front wing is looking very, very second hand. Ruben runs very deep into Parabolica. His car is not a happy camper at the moment. So Jeremy now on the back of Ryan de Azevedo. Ryan locking up there. Need to be careful on your tires now. Ruben already making his way out of the pit lane, so he's managed to have a quick stop. Gonna be interesting to see if his front wing is still damaged. I'll have a look once I can see an external view. He's struggling on the tires though, not quite getting it slowed down enough into turn 1. From this onboard, it does look fine, so I think Ruben has taken a new wing. Ooh, you need to be careful there. This is exactly where you spun out or had contact. I do not know. Lawrence Sterner going side by side with Ryan Azevedo now. They're getting tripped up on, I think, Clive Hopart. Clive running very wide there. Can they both get past him before the chicane? Ooh, Clive dipping a wheel onto the grass, manages to just keep hold of it. Lawrence is not going to give up though. He's going to be relentless in the pursuit of this position. Lawrence has a really good drive. Oh, Ryan locks up and he has to let him by. And it's going to compromise Ryan's exit now. I'm not sure if the tow will be enough to get him, to keep him there. Looks like he's looking, showing his nose, but it's not going to be quite enough. There's too much daylight between them coming into this last corner. Ruben Creer and Yassine Manuel switching places. So Ruben, having pitted before, he is now slowly working his way back to the front of the pack. Ooh, Yassine has a very good exit. Can they both keep it clean into turn 1? All's in line behind Ruben. Yassine has a... Oh, that might have been Ruben that had a slight luck up. Just keeping an eye here. It looks like Yassine might be able to pull it back, but not quite yet. Yeah, okay. Ruben is now opening up that gap enough to just give him a little bit of breathing space so that he can focus on working his way forwards. 19 seconds to the next driver, so I'm expecting the next few pit stops to still reshuffle everything into order. Young Jude Stewart seems to be closing the gap on Yassine Manuel now as well. Oh, Ryan Azevedo is gone into the pits. I'm always so frustrated when those initial changes come about and I'm not sure if they're in the pits or not. Jude looking like he's got a tremendous drive out of Parabolica. Passes Yassine on the main straight easily. Into turn 1 they go. Nice and tidy. Well done, Jude. Okay, Dirk Brandt dives into the pits. Yassine is slowly losing the back of Jude Stewart. Jude managing to close down the gap on Ryan de Azevedo. Ryan struggling, it seems. I wonder if he's refueled maybe. And he's a little bit heavier. I can't remember. I think Ryan was on the soft, so that shouldn't be it. Jeremy de Villiers dives into the pits. Jude. Oh, just not quite getting alongside. Ryan managing to take the regular racing line into the corner. And I think... no, Jude staying out. Ah, yes. Okay, Corne, you're confirming what my suspicion was. So Jude managing to nice and cleanly overtake. I wonder if there was a little bit of a... well, judging by what you know, I'm assuming there was some team communication over where would be the best. And we see Yassine Manuel dive into the pits. Well, dive into the pits. He's exiting the pits now, just behind Gascoigne. Gas is right behind, I think, Hein van Niekerk. Ryan's starting to look like his tires are heating up, so he'll be slowly picking up the pace now. Passing Raymond Duggan in the pits, as well as Benjamin Wheeler. The heavier fuel load is likely going to be catching him out a little bit, and it might cost him. We have 19.5 minutes left in the pit window, so lots that can still happen. Emile de Villiers dives into the pits. That's now going to give Hein van Niekerk the opportunity to lead the race. But we jump back to Raymond Duggan. He's now closing the gap on Ben Wheeler. They both came out of the pits at the same time. Ben looking like he's managing to just eke out a bit of an advantage there. Lawrence Turner dives into the pits, so he'll be stopping. That's going to give Jeremy de Villiers back third position. Ruben Kruger inherits fourth. And Jude Stewart, I think, is yet to pit. So I think Ryan de Azevedo is likely going to find himself in fifth position there. Let's see, Lawrence Turner under a second behind Ryan. Lawrence is going to be on slightly coolish tires, although if the tire... this is what I don't know. Do people change tires, or do they slap on one set? I'm expecting a tire change. Raymond Duggan and Ben Wheeler. I missed. I think Ben had a bit of a moment. Hein van Niekerk dives into the pits. And I suspect that is pretty much the entire field pitted, except Jude and John Stewart. Back to Mr. Lawrence Turner. He's having an absolute flyer down this back straight. Ryan maybe making a little bit of a late move there. Lawrence is in the tow. I think he's got the speed advantage here. Inside line for him. Into the braking zone. Keep it clean, gentlemen. Let's see some good racing. And Ryan falls back in line. Looked like he was going for the better exit. Does he have the speed to go into the next chicane there? Ah, okay. Thanks, Courtney, for the insight. If fuel and tires take about the same time, yes, then it totally makes sense to pit for fuel and tires instead of running with a heavy car. Jon Stewart is in the pits. So 16 minutes and 22 seconds to go still in this pit window. Ryan is not giving up this position on Lawrence. The question is, can he ensure a good exit? Oh, I think Lawrence is using his battery, his harvested battery energy to pull a bit of a gap and ensure that he's giving himself some breathing room. Someone who's had a slightly lonely race since the first few laps, Mr. Emile de Villiers up in the lead. Closest is Hein van Niekerk. Ooh, in the background I see someone having a big moment. That's Clive Hofart from the B team. Someone else also finding themselves in a little bit of no man's land, Dirk Brandt. And it's Tron, I think it was, he said it's a Tron inspired livery. Or at least that's where the influences for me lie. And Jude Stewart dives into the pits. Pit lane, he's been in there for 12 seconds. New tires, a bit of fuel, and out he goes. And he's going to be well ahead of Mr. Gasco, and so that is going to be a well-deserved top 10 position for Jude after the pits. I think he's had a really good race, run tonight. With Ryan's seeming like he's gaining some time now. The devil has woken up and he's trying to put in some good fast laps. So Ryan's last lap 23.0. He is up on his delta. I'm keen to see what Lawrence is doing. 22.6. Ooh. Okay, so Ryan has a little bit of time to make up still. And I have a slight suspicion Lawrence is now just managing the gap there. And I forgot to have a look at the lap times comparatively. Right. Just jumping up ahead, Ruben Krier seems like he's slowly closing the gap on Jeremy de Villiers. Jeremy is a little bit up the road there. Just lost a bit of time there at the exit of Lesmo 2. Oh, these cars are eye-wateringly fast. Jeremy having to navigate a little bit of traffic now. I don't think, and that is... Oh, that's Dirk Brandt up ahead. With Jeremy doing 23.4, Ruben doing 22.8. Ruben is slightly faster. Ooh, that is a back marker that isn't quite sure where to go and what to do. And it's allowed Ruben Krier to capitalize on the uncertainty that Jeremy had to deal with. Sure, Jeremy is gonna be needs to focus on getting back at Ruben. Sean having a little bit of a quiet race there. He's been silently just making sure that he gets the laps in, get the car to the end of the race. It is extremely tough in this field. Hats off to you, buddy. Keep at it. It's great seeing everybody partake in probably, in my opinion, one of the hardest disciplines. Because you just have way too much to manage as a driver throughout the lap. So I seem to consistently be returning to Ryan, who hopefully that wasn't too scary. Who seems to be consistently pushing and improving on his delta. And I think as this car is getting lighter, he is improving. And I'm actually curious now if... Ooh, he's right under the wing of Lawrence now. Let's see if Lawrence manages... Well, how their lap times compare. Lawrence 24.1, Ryan 23.0, so not sure what happened to Lawrence there. Lawrence is ahead currently. Maybe Lawrence was just harvesting some energy. Ooh, he looks to be struggling a little bit under braking though. That might be due to some energy mismanagement. Do see his rear light blinking at the start there. Into the second chicane, side by side. But Ryan just backs out at the end. And Lawrence lives to stay ahead for the next few corners. Although Ryan is looking very racy right now. I do have a suspicion that Lawrence had known that Ryan will be coming back at him, and he's just been slowly building up some battery charge for him to use. Ryan running very deep in Ascari. That's not gonna help his case now. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left on the pit window. I do think everybody has managed to go do their pit stops. Otherwise, we'll likely see someone getting a disqualification if they haven't when the timer runs out. Apologies. Ryan will very likely be kicking himself over that small mistake. But he's keeping his cool, he's keeping his head down and pushing as hard as he can. Meanwhile, John Stewart, I can't remember where exactly he qualified, but John managing a well-deserved 12th right now. He is 19 seconds adrift of Yassine Manuel, so he's probably had his fair share of moments, but he is in a little bit of clear air. It's only him. The gap behind is more than enough to manage. I think Dirk will be keeping an eye on that, but there's just not going to be enough time to catch at this rate. Raymond Duggan now starting to close on Ryan de Azevedo. So as a last 15 minute before the race ends reminder, please feel free to head on over to www.simracesa.co.za. You can find details to our Discord server there. Our rules are up there, as well as our charity of choice. There's some information around that. Jogebed Child and Youth Care Center. To date, we have managed to raise, and now I don't have my stats on hand, 19,810 rand this season, and a grand total of, well, so that's going straight to Jogebed Child and Youth Care Center. If you do still want to sign up for the rest of the season, there are still 4 races in each series left, so loads of racing action. You're just not going to be able to compete for the championship. If you still want to come and join, there is still time to sign up. We will be doing 2 more rounds of HLQ. Depending on what's happening with simGP, we might have to last minute make arrangements, but we'll make sure to communicate as early as possible. But the minimum donation we ask for of 175 rand is the entry fee for this series. It's money that goes directly into the charity. It's for a good cause. So if you're into racing and you feel that you can contribute to something that has an impact on people's lives in a positive way, feel free to come and join us. And as I'm saying that, it's looking like Ryan is starting to slowly work his way closer to Lawrence. But in the while all that is happening, Raymond Duggan is also trying to get under the wing of Ryan. What I spaced to mention was if you do at least just want to join our ad hoc races, information is on our Discord server for that as well. We tend to run some ad hoc events on Wednesday evenings. Depends on the availability and participation from the community side. And as I mentioned, we're not aiming for the next 2 Mondays to be completely dreary. We're hoping to put together a little ad hoc event, but it's very likely going to be last minute, and it's last minute for a reason. I think our thinking is we slap everybody in a little bit of a car that they might not be 100% comfortable with, and we see where the night takes us. It likely won't be streamed though, but if you want to come and have fun with us, you're more than welcome to come and join. Right, so making their way past the back marker, that's closed the gap to Ryan de Azevedo now, and as I say that, it just jumps back again, as it seems they're still navigating back markers. Is working and getting closer to Lawrence again. It is yet to be seen if Ascari, which seems to have been his Achilles heel tonight, if he can manage it. Not trying to commentator curse him. I'm rooting for you, Ryan. You can do it. But also, Lawrence, you can do it. You can defend hard. Give us some nice racing. I don't want a DRS train. I want some racing. Lawrence 23.2, Ryan 23.0. So Ryan eking out that tiny bit of an advantage, and I suspect, big lock up there. And again, that cost Ryan such a large amount of time. I do see we are on optimum now. Maybe something with the track configuration was wonky, because I can't think that we would have run close to enough laps for the track to evolve that much. But it also explains why lap times are coming down. Lawrence has a big moment, and Ryan manages to overtake him. And if Lawrence is not careful, Raymond Duggan is going to be there next. Does Raymond get the exit that he's looking for? Both of them will be in the tow somewhat. I think Lawrence is slightly too far behind. But it does look like he's managing to stay ahead coming into turn 1. Big lock up there. You don't want to be locking up your tires at so close to the end of the race, because once they overheat, it's going to be difficult to cool them down properly. The pit window has closed, so nobody was disqualified, meaning everybody managed to go and do their mandatory pit stop. Right, Raymond. 2 seconds adrift of Lawrence now. 10 minutes left. Come on, buddy. Let's see what you've got. Just hopping over to Lawrence now. Kilometers an hour. These cars are like blisteringly quick. Not sure who that is that's taken to the escape road, but managing to keep it together nicely. I know those sausage curbs can be horrendous when you drive over them. Clive Hofort, one of the brave souls, maybe struggling a little bit with the car, but he is sticking with it and keeping at it. Is losing quite a bit of lap time. Raymond Duggan 7 tenths quicker than Lawrence. Can he close that gap? Lawrence is, he locks up again. Big lock up. Has to take to the exit road there, or not the exit, the runoff area. I can only imagine Lawrence's front tires is screaming. Every time I see him brake, there's smoke coming from the tires. Raymond Duggan looks like he got a really nice exit there. Ascari is going to be the moment of truth here. Nice line, maybe on the throttle a little bit late. That gap is growing ever so slightly. Lawrence is probably also defending a little bit with his energy deployment. Raymond now gaining on in Parabolica. It's within half a second. That might put him well within the tow. Although I don't think this lap is going to be quite there yet. I think that's Ryan De Azevedo in the front having a big lockup. And Ben Wheeler is also licking his lips. Getting close to Raymond Duggan, who's getting close to Lawrence Turner. Battle for 6th, 7th and 8th position here. I see John and Yassine Manuel switching places. Yassine probably had gone off track. Ooh, Raymond Duggan is now tantalizingly close there, but Ben Wheeler is right under the wing. Alongside, into Parabolica they go. Can Ben bring it, can Raymond bring it back on the main straight? That gap has grown significantly already. Ben Wheeler showing his nose, under braking, little bit of a lockup, but he manages to stick the overtake, and that is 2 overtakes in just 2 corners, but he's still under threat from Lawrence Turner. Lawrence looked like he got a decent drive out of that first chicane. So coming into the second chicane, can they keep it clean, gents? Yes, they both can. Lawrence still locking up a bit. I need to keep an eye on the time. 4 minutes to go. Oh, this is an exciting battle. Just want to hop back to Raymond Duggan. Lawrence has been defending so hard. Ooh, side by side into Ascari. Can they make it work? Oh, so close, but they both keep it together. Lawrence Turner manages to stay ahead, and Raymond Duggan has to try and fight for P7 with all he's got. I'm also keeping an eye on Ryan De Azevedo. 3.5 minutes left. He is closing the gap on Jeremy De Villiers. I'm thinking Jeremy might be in a little bit of a gap management position here. Lawrence works his way around a back marker there. Back marker spins. Oh, and Raymond loses a lot of time there. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Right, jump to Ryan. Historically, I've seen people having to sit in the tow for 2 or 3, well, 3-4 laps to get the overtake done. Ryan is still improving. This is a battle for P4, just shy of the podium. I must say, Emile De Villiers has been basically in a league of his own tonight. He had a very tough battle at the start, and Hein and Ruben really brought that battle to him, but in the end they just couldn't stick with him. Ryan bringing that gap to below 8 tenths now. Still 5 tenths quicker than Jeremy. I am certain that Jeremy is just using ever so slightly a bit of his battery power. Let's just hop forward to Emil. Emil is crossing the finish line now, and I think that means we're still gonna have 2 laps left. Fine. No, I wanted to jump to Ryan. A little bit of a lock up there. That running deep into the chicane, that has cost him already 5/10. And I think this is also where Jeremy is now deploying that energy that he's harvested to stay ahead. So while this gap has grown a bit, let's go see what Raymond Duggan can do. He is 6/10, 5/10 behind Lawrence Sterner out of Lesmo 2. Good exit in the toe. What's going to happen now? Are they going to go side by side through Ascari again? Lawrence just dumping battery power there, it seems. This is the dying moments. It's a tough call to make. Jeremy de Villiers 4/10 quicker than Ryan on that last lap. Just showing me how unpredictable it can be. It's difficult knowing what the state of charge is on your opponent's battery and how much they can use. So back to Raymond Duggan. Oh, I almost thought he had spun. Hey Neil, it doesn't have to be someday, it can still be this year. Like I said, you can dip your toes into the ad-hocs, but ultimately we do try and cater for a wide variety of skill. It is only simGP and simM2 that is really a tight field. Leader is on the final lap, but Raymond Duggan is right underneath the wing of Lawrence Sterner. Lawrence Sterner is likely dumping all he can or saving it for that last straight. Just quickly checking, Emil de Villiers is going to be coming to finish his lap. That means that Raymond Duggan still has one more lap to battle with Lawrence. This might be the lap for him. Can he get alongside and into turn 1? My apologies, I can't switch to Emil right now. This is where the battle lies. Raymond is ahead into the braking zone. Spins it! Oh no! Okay, back to Emil who... Oh, my heart. Congratulations to Emil. Just hopping to high now. He's bringing it home in 4th position. Oh, sorry, 4th. 2nd position is a well-deserved podium spot for him. We've got Ruben Kruger, who is coming out of his Ascari onto the back straight now. Oh, what a race. There was plenty of action up and down the field tonight. Raymond Duggan switching places with Benjamin Wheeler, just making sure that he's bringing home 7th for him. And Ruben Kruger managing a well-deserved podium finish for him. Right. Let's see if this works. Back to me. Let me just silence this and then go see if there are anybody. Ah, right. Mr. Hein van Niekerk and Ruben Kruger.
The teammates say.
Teammates, well done on that double podium, gents. Hein, tell me a bit about your race.
Oh well, I got a better start than Emil, and I really thought I could hold it, but yeah, it's like being in a Williams fighting a Red Bull. So yeah, eventually you just open the gap up, and disappeared, eh? So hopefully next time I can catch him.
Hopefully next time. Ruben, anything from you?
Stepped on the line. Didn't have the pace in the beginning, but I caught up because they were battling, and yeah, as soon as I was second, I flipping messed something up, and then on the last turn, I spun around and then lost all the time.
Oh no.
Then unfortunately, I got some damage after overtaking a blue flagger, but then he kind of ran me wide into the walls, so I spun with the gravel and everything into the walls. Went to the butts and yeah, repaired everything and then came out again.
But well driven to the on the recovery drive there. Congratulations to both of you. I think you two gentlemen are at the top of the ranking order there with your solid finishes you've had in the first 3 rounds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I believe we are, yeah.
Right, doesn't look like Emil is going to swing by, so I'm going to say goodnight to you gentlemen. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for giving us an amazing race. I'm sure I need to apologize in advance. I only caught your battling at the start there was a lot of battling in the midfield, so I might have missed some of the movement up at the start, but well driven, well held. 60 minutes in these cars, I can only imagine it is a tough and a tall order.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sas. Good night, man.
Cool, cheers. Alrighty then. So that concludes round 3 of the simGP series 2022.2. Oh, I'm out of breath. I think you would have noticed that I have taken off my jacket. That is how excited I had gotten. It caused me to overheat completely. But I will leave everybody with a good night. A last quick plug. Head on over to www.simracesa.co.za. You can go find all of the information, what we're about, when we've been established. Our Hall of Fame, as I had mentioned. So hopefully you might recognize 1 or 2 names there. But most importantly, the SRSA Discord server, where the majority of our community, the community gets together. We have a chat about various different topics, but that's also the important day-to-day announcement space. So if you're interested in any information that might come up. Yeah, I'm gonna say good night, everybody. We'll see you in, let me just quickly find the calendar. We will see you back on the 26th of September. So we're taking a little bit of a break. I think it's a 2-3 week break. 26th, yeah, it's a 3-week break. This week it's going to be a little bit more relaxed. I don't think we have anything planned. I think we have an ad hoc race planned, but I can't remember right now. Next week, Monday, HLQ servers will be spun up for the SimM2 series, and then the Monday thereafter, HLQ will be spun up for the simGT series. Remember, it is mandatory for everybody to redo HLQ, otherwise you might find that you're suddenly in a division that you might not want to be racing in. We'll make sure to put out announcements for that. I'm looking forward to some of the ad hoc races. Hopefully I'm not putting my foot in my mouth and making promises that I can't keep, but I'm gonna do my best. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you back in 3 weeks' time.